tropical outlook time. Hurricane season is here, June 1st all the way through November 30th. And now, of course, the all-important Atlantic hurricane forecast by NOAA. It is out right now. Want to be joined right now by Dr. Gerry Bell, who's the lead seasonal forecaster with the Climate Prediction Center. Dr. Bell, thank you so much for being with us here. First question, let's go through the forecast. What are the numbers for the 2018 Atlantic hurricane season?
Well, it's good to be here. Overall, for 2018, we're expecting a near or above normal Atlantic hurricane season. We're predicting 10 to 16 named storms, of which we expect 5 to 9 to become hurricanes, and 1 to 4 of those could become major hurricanes. So that's a fair amount of activity we're predicting this year.
And Dr. Bell, what are some of the variables that go into coming up with the hurricane season prediction forecasts, especially for this year?
Well, it turns out there's a couple of dominant climate patterns that very strongly control the wind and air pressure patterns across the tropical Atlantic Ocean. And by predicting those climate patterns, along with Atlantic sea surface temperatures, we can often predict what the overall season will bring. This year, we're looking at no El Nino or La Nina. We're also looking at kind of near average ocean temperatures in the tropical Atlantic. So those conditions suggest more of an average type of season, but we've been in a high activity period since 1995, and it looks like that high activity period is still in place. So this combination of factors is leading us to think the season's going to likely be near normal or above normal.
Okay, Dr. Bell, we were actually checking some of the sea surface temperatures down in the Gulf of Mexico, and right now they're already running in the lower 80s. That's pretty warm. Is that normal for this early in the season?
Well, it turns out the Gulf of Mexico temperatures really aren't a factor as far as the strength of the hurricane season goes. What we really look at is the Atlantic Ocean temperatures across the Caribbean Sea and tropical Atlantic. Right now, those ocean temperatures are a bit below average. They're predicted to warm up to near average as the season progresses. But there's some uncertainty there. If the tropical Atlantic is warmer than the models are predicting, we could certainly have activity more toward the upper end of our predicted range.
And Dr. Bell, you already mentioned a few of the variables that go into coming up with the season prediction. And when you compare this to last year, what are some of the major differences?
Well, there's two major differences at this time. The first is that the tropical Atlantic was already warmer than average last year, and it continued to warm quite a bit as the season went on. So last year, by the peak of the hurricane season, which is August through October, the Atlantic Ocean temperatures and Caribbean Sea were very warm. Another factor was that last year, La Nina developed as the season went on. La Nina is a Pacific Ocean climate phenomenon, but what it does is it acts to decrease the wind shear over the Atlantic. And wind shear refers to how the wind speed and direction change as you go up through the atmosphere. If there's weak shear, meaning not much change in speed and direction, that's really conducive for hurricanes to grow, strengthen, and live a long time. So that was another major player in last year's very active Atlantic hurricane season. This year, we're not expecting La Nina, so that's certainly limiting the upper end of the activity that we would expect this year.
And that was Dr. Gerry Bell, lead seasonal forecaster for the Climate Prediction Center. Dr. Bell, thank you so much for your time and your great information.
And as always, you can head over to our website. That's weathernationtv.com for your latest weather headlines and also your local forecasts.